Hello to everyone. I am Professor Raja, working as Assistant Professor, EC Department, SNS College of Technology, an autonomous institution, Coimbatore. In this YouTube video, I am going to discuss about 23 ITT 301 microcontroller and embedded system subject under Unit 5 Applications and Development for the topic Intruder Alarm System. So, based on my previous YouTube video, you must have some knowledge about how the 8051 microcontroller is working, how they are used in real-time application, and why it is a upgraded version of microprocessor. And also I gave the detailed discussion about how the microprocessor is difference between microcontroller and how the PIC microcontroller is generated. Now I am going to discuss about the intruder alarm system. So basically, what is an intruder alarm system? For example, if you are inside the home or if you are away from the home, or if you take an example of sometimes a thief maybe came inside the bank office, or sometimes a file is taken away without knowing with the manager. So that kind of condition, we want to make some alert to the owner person. For example, if you are away from home, somebody is breaking the glass door or somebody is coming inside the door without your permission, what will happen? So we need to get some notification that some intruder is came inside our home. So this is for today's topic. Now let us move on to the topic. An intruder alarm system comprises a control panel, that is the microcontroller, and various sensor. For example, a glass break sensors or a door window sensor or sometimes a motion sensor, which are taken some inputs from the users, and the detector will detect if some inputs will come inside the door, and it will alert the devices like sirens. The sirens will make a sound voice to the owner and nearby people, and some keyboards remotes for sending a message to the owner that some intruder is entering your home. If sometimes this power failures may happen, what happens? So we need to provide some battery backup to maintain functionality during a power outage. So advanced system may include security cameras, mobile application like GSM, Wi-Fi module interface, or some voice-based mechanism that if you are away from the home, through this your mobile phone app, you have to send some messages through the camera to the intruder that you are not allowed to enter my home, like this. Now I am going to discuss this intruder alarm system in 5 design thinking phases. So the first important design thinking phases are the empathize phase. So if you see this empathize phase, our main problem is to understand the need, why we need. For example, house owner needs safety concerns, officers needs assets protection, like in order to maintain the files in a more secured way. Bank needs high security requirements for their safety of their jewelries, their monies, and there are some documents of high real estate owners, like you have to maintain that cruciality. Then schools, we must maintain the student safety. So for example, real time, there may be so many intruders are came. For example, theft, intrusion, or some vandalization are considered as the main problem in the empathize stage. Next, if you understand the need, then we have to fix our goals. That goals is given by the name called define phase. So define means it provides what is our exact goal to that problem. So we need to minimize the accuracy by minimize false alarms, and it must be a user friendly, that it can be used by an uneducated people, also the educated people, and it must be scalable, that is adaptable for any office automation or bank automation or any industrial based automation. Also it must be a tamper, that is no one is resistant to tampering the security process of the owner. Then it is the easy to installation and control whatever the area we need to fix that area, and it can be provide a immediate alert to the owner and also the nearby police station where some intruder will come. So these are the design goals. Next, this is the very important and third stage called a system architecture. If you see the system architecture, it provides a exact way what we need to design the intruder alarm. For example, the left hand sides all are called the input from the users, and the right hand side all are sending to the output to the users, and the intermediate part is the central processing unit. So if you are a hardware engineer or a microcontroller specialist, your aim is to provide a minimum number of inputs and the minimum number of outputs, but the user will satisfy what they need. For example, in this example, the inputs are from multi-sensor, that is AI, ML, medical imaging analysis, or artificial intelligence, machine learning analysis that provides a good accuracy, that is a minimize false alarm. Also, it should work with the high speed communication module like a cellular mobile communication or Wi-Fi based communication, and some of the user may be given as a keypad for their password or face recognition as their password, that also considered here. Then this central processing control unit, it may be a 8050 microcontroller or a PIC programmable interface microcontroller or a Atmega 89C51 based microcontroller, and the output that the user is received is called either they have get the buzzer sound, that is either a buzzer sound, or sometimes it may be a GSM module based message, or sometimes a police theft alarm based on a cloud based SMS services. So all these inputs and outputs are getting together in the name of called central processing unit or control unit. Now this is the visualization mind map. So sensor is the input. This input is given to memory control unit. Memory control unit will fetch some process, and they will send, depend upon the input, they will send some output alerts to the owners or the users for the design. The next is the prototype, where we have to test our product, or we have to go for the deployment stage. So this test phase or this prototype phase consists of a software flow or a hardware flow. In previous slide I discussed how a software is interrupted or integrated. Now I am going to discuss the embedded software flow. So this will consist of initialization, that is to set up ports or the sensor interfacing. Then we have go for decision making, if the intruder is coming inside our home or is not coming the home. If no, then the software will wait and monitor at what time the intruder will come. If they will enter inside the home, what happens? So we need to take the action of alerting the buzzer or sending SMS to the owner. If both cases are not there, then the sensor will sensing whenever the intruder will come, at that time it will send the message. After that time it will go to the ideal stage. So these are very, very important. So this prototype software flow consists of initialization, monitoring loop, decision making, action taken. So this follows the sub branch. The next is the evaluation process, where we have to test our product in a good way. So the test may be consist of we have to provide a good accuracy by minimizing the false positive, and we have to increase the response time, that is immediately we have to respond. Then third is the usability, that is the user can be anywhere, any world they have be certain, so the user friendly is there. Then we have to provide a good security, and also it must be work under even a power failure. So this intruder reduction system is discussed in 5 phases of design thinking, and this is the mind map where we have to revise. Intruder alarm system, the main core components are control panel, sensors and detectors, alerting devices like sirens, user interfaces like keypads, remotes, backup battery. If the power is failure, then battery is working. Then advanced system like we have used AI and ML technique. So I also discussed this intruder alarm system in the 5 phases like empathize, to understand the need, define, to provide a problem statement, ideate, we need to get a solution and architecture for this exact problem. Then prototype, building a model for user or our design. Then finally we go for test and evaluation process. Then we discuss the application part. So mainly this application part is it is used in residential for home security and garages, and for commercial it is used in offices, shops and stores, restaurants and hotels. For industrial high security, it may be used in factories and warehouses, banks and ATMs, critical infrastructure for power plants and museums and art culture. So these intruder alarm system can given to demonstration to my class taken theory IT students. Really they know how these all important components are working and how they are joined together to get the real output. So these are the input components where I already discussed. So with the help of my theory IT students, I made a project like intruder alarm system, and the demonstration is given. So some puzzles are discussed with the students. So inside the class they will answer correctly. Then these are the references I have used for my PPT preparation. So Thank you for watching my video. In this YouTube video, I discussed what is Intruder Alarm System, how it is used for real-time application, what are the core components used inside this Intruder Alarm System, and what is the application of Intruder Alarm System. Next video, I will bring a new topic for your information. Thank you all.